Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Beekeeper Tarot on a budget. My name is Alan. Yes, we have moved to another motel, same kind of area, but we're all in there. All of us are in the same motel area. I have no idea where my workmates are, but that's okay. I'm hanging with you. I just came in tonight and just bought some food and had a shower and just gonna block it out. I wanted to spend some time on my own. Anyway, that's just me. But happy to spend some time with you. So thank you once again for the subscriptions and the comments. And I've been getting a lot of really nice feedback, and it's really humbling, guys. So I really, really am appreciative of that. And back at you, just back at the love I'm getting. It's just really lovely to be on the receiving end of such kindness because we live in a world that where kindness is quite rare. Well, I think it's there, but it gets kind of squashed and squished and squished. That's a good word. It gets covered with so much other stuff, and it's nice to kind of expose that essence of kindness that I think is in all of us, really. But it kind of gets buried under layers of bullcrap. Speaking of bullcrap, we're living in the bullcrap. So, tariff anybody? Oh, they've been stopped. God, God. Anyway, ha 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 ha. What can you do? Oh man, I'll have to look at that some other time. But anyway, what I wanted to do tonight was have a chat about bees. So, as you know, the name of this channel is Beekeeper Tarot. I am a beekeeper. I love my bees. And one of the reasons that I started this channel was to raise awareness of bees because right now they're really doing it tough and they need our help and they need our love. And apart from the fact that they pollinate all the plants, putting all that aside and the honey, they're such amazing, beautiful little creatures. And I really love them. And so I was just wanting to do some videos on bees, and I mean, there's so much you can talk about with bees, but I wanted to ask you, as a collective, and you don't have to answer, it's fine, but if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about with regards to bees, let me know. Just throw in a comment, and maybe if I can find some common themes or whatever, because I'd like to share stuff with you that you'd be interested to know. So if you'd like to make a comment about bees, any comment at all, what you'd like to know about them, from what I can learn, knowledge that I do have on bees, which isn't great, but I have some knowledge on bees. I've been a beekeeper for a couple of years, and so I just wanted to throw it out there, folks. Yeah, any comments about bees that you would like, please let me know in the comments. And let's do a reading for the bees because we love the bees. All right, let's have a look. See this, eh? And I'm using the deck that I'm using tonight is actually the Gilded Tarot. And this is actually, I got a real soft spot for this deck because this is actually the first deck that I bought. My very first deck. So it's like, it's like your first love. If you know what I mean. Always have a soft spot for your first deck. And yeah, so it's good to bring out Old Faithful every now and then. It's a lovely deck, this one. It's the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. I'm sure that I've pronounced his name wrong. I know Libby uses this deck, and I think Marianne and Libby both use this deck from time to time. So yeah. So anyway, and what great readers Marianne and Libby are. So yes, not to mention Auntie Lena. But I haven't seen Lena use this deck, so she might have it, I'm not sure. I should ask her. Anyway, Spirit, what would you like us to know about the bees? What would you like us to know about the bees? What would you like us to know about? Oh, see, this is the thing. When my cards start jumping around like this, it's almost like they're like saying, "Hey, Alan, We want to talk. We want to talk. Stop shuffling. We want to talk. But the thing is, you shuffle till you want to. You shuffle till you feel that you don't need to shuffle anymore. It's really important. You will know when to stop shuffling. All right. About bees. What spirit do you want us to know about bees? All right. Now, I do apologise because I'm on my phone again, so I can't flick the screen down. So I'll put these cards down, and I'll raise them up or talk to you about the cards. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and Five of Wands. It's interesting. Okay. Interesting. And Two of Swords. And yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's go there. So, what would Spirit like us to know about the bees? Okay. So, the first card that came up is the Queen of Pentacles. And pardon my thing with the camera. So, what I'm getting from this is that, queens are nurturing, right? And all queens are nurturing. They're all part water. Pentacles are about the earth. So this is a really grounded, earthy, nurturing queen. And in a way, that's what bees are. They nurture the earth, and without bees, we're not going to get flowers and plants and everything else. But they're such ancient insects, or ancient insects, like I guess you call them, been around for ages. But they're really grounded to the earth, and we really need them, and the earth really needs them. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles, it's just that they're slow and they're steadfast, and they just want to be loved. They just want to be loved, and they want to be treated. And really, without the queen bees are the ones that lay all the eggs, and so the queen bees are really, really, really important. And I can go into that when I talk about hives or bees later on. But the queen bees are really important, and I think we really need to be taking care of the queens, so that the queen bees, that is, pardon my Freudian slip there. There's other types of queens. Hello. Anyway, but no, we need to be nurturing of the queens, the queen bees, and so that they can raise up their colonies and do their thing. And I think with the Queen of Wands, this is us. We need to be a bit savvy with our bees. We need to be a bit protective. We need to be a bit sassy with them. And I think also too, like with wands, there's that fire energy, and it's about having that passion to take care of our bees and take care of nature, really, because the bees, they just want to work with us, and we can work with them. We can help them with the Three of Pentacles. We can make environments for them. We can encourage them to have a good life. We can make homes for them. We can have awareness. There is just so much stuff that we can do to help bees. And it doesn't mean that we have to become beekeepers. It's just that we're all links in the chain, But we can all do our help for bees, because the Four of Wands, they just want to have a stable life. This is almost like the wedding card, but they just want to have a stable life and just get on with their stuff, That's all they want. And if they have a safe environment, then they can just get on and do their thing, Because right now, I'm just going to the base of the deck right now. With the Five of Wands, there's a lot of competition for resources. Like there's lots of nature being destroyed, and there's lots of forests being logged. And, I think in our urban planning and development, we don't often think about bees. And, there's a lot of competition for resources for bees, and the bees are just doing it tough. And in a way, it's like we're kind of reaching a bit of a decision with that. We're kind of reaching a crossroad with bees, because a friend of mine sent me a video recently saying that the bees are doing it really, really tough in the States, and a lot of them are dying. And if I can find that video, I might send that. I can't do that now because I'm on my phone. But really, when it comes to bees, we're at a bit of a crossroads with them, because the bees are really, really, really feeling burdened Really, really, really feeling burdened with what's going on with them right now. There's lots of diseases that's going on, and they're just doing it tough. And really, they are literally heading for a tower moment. Literally heading for a tower moment, which is not good for anybody. But, but, we can get to work, and we can help them. And sometimes it can just be like just doing methodical stuff, like planting trees that are bee friendly or planting shrubs that are bee friendly. Maybe you can have a garden, or maybe you can have a little pond. What I do with I've got a bird bath right in my front yard, and what I do for my bees is I put wine cork in there, because bees can't swim right, but they can float on the cork, so they can jump, they can fly into the cork, and that's how they drink. So there's lots of things that we can do for bees. And generally speaking, when I go to the base of the deck, I generally stop when I come to a major arcana, but because it's the tower, I just don't want to leave that on a negative thing. I don't want to think it's all doom and gloom, because they are facing a tower moment. But like I said, with the Eight of Pentacles, and that's why I've gone this extra card, we can actually work together, and we can just do something to help them. And it's almost like it's a link in the chain. We're not all going to be able to do the same thing to help them, but I feel quite emotional talking about it, because they are just the most amazing creatures, and how they work, and their structure, and what they do. And there's so much I could talk about with bees, which I won't right now, but I could really, really go there, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, Alan, will you just shut up? You've been talking for 5 hours, and I've got to go to work." But anyway, so that's all I wanted to say tonight. Just short and sweet, but you know me, I tend to ramble on a bit, but that's okay. I'm allowed to ramble, I'm Australian. But no, seriously, have a think about any questions that you'd like to ask about bees. And if I can help raise awareness with bees, that would be wonderful. Because that was one of the reasons I started this channel. I mean, as much as I love tarot, and I do love tarot, I really also love my bees. And if I can do anything to help them, even one little thing to help them to survive and to thrive in this world, then I've kind of done my job. So with your permission and your help, please just let me know any things about bees that you'd like to know, and we can take it from there. And I'm hoping to start doing some videos on bees, or talking about bees, fairly soon. So I try not to make them too boring. I try and maybe keep them short and sweet, like maybe little sound bites. But just let me know what you'd like to know, and I'll see what I can do. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I'll be heading back home tomorrow. We're lovely to be home. Back in my own bed, back in with my bees, back in my familiar surroundings. Be lovely. And out of this work environment. It's been a weird week. Life is weird. All right, guys, thank you so much. Take care. And just remember, don't let the bullshit overtake you. Just remember, the bullshit's not going to end anytime soon. And it is bullshit. It's not going to end anytime soon. Just keep yourself grounded, okay? And stay connected. Stay with like-minded people. Stay connected to the tarot readers. And just stay connected to the DEMs, or people in your family, or whatever connections that you have. Stay connected with them. And I think also, if you can, spend a bit of time in nature, away from the news. Like just take some time out for yourself, guys. All right, just a quick video, which I think is going to go for about 14 minutes, something like that. Thank you so much for your time once again, guys, and I'll catch you when I'm home. All right, good night, guys, and have a lovely end of the week. Okay, bye.